Hello and welcome. Today we're going to join a family on their exciting trip to the airport. This is a story designed to be an easy English listening practice.
That's right, Jessica. You'll learn common travel words and phrases as you follow their adventure from home all the way to the plane.
In our story, we'll meet the Miller family. There's Tom, the dad, Sarah, the mom, and their two wonderful kids, 10-year-old Leo and his 7-year-old sister, Mia.
The Millers are heading out on vacation. They're flying to a beautiful, sunny country, and we get to tag along. This story will help you pick up the words and conversations people use when they travel.
We'll go slow and repeat important words to make learning easier. Ready to join the Millers?
Let's get started.
Our story begins early in the morning at the Miller family's house. The sun is just starting to peek through the windows. Inside, everyone is awake and buzzing with energy. It's time to get ready for their big trip.
Tom, the father, is walking around the living room holding four small, very important books. These are the family's passports. A passport is an official document you absolutely need to travel to other countries. It proves who you are and where you're from.
He counts them one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. He smiles. All passports are accounted for. Next to the passports are 4 pieces of paper. They're airline tickets. The tickets show they have seats reserved on the airplane.
Okay, passports and tickets are ready, Tom says to himself quietly. He feels a little nervous, but mostly, he's just really excited.
In the bedroom, Sarah, the mother, is staring at a long list. It's her packing list. A packing list helps you remember everything you need to bring. She reads it carefully. Sunscreen, check. Hats, check. Toothbrushes, check.
She glances at the big bags on the floor. These bags are called suitcases. Another word for all your bags together is luggage. All their clothes and belongings are packed neatly inside the luggage.
Mom! Mom! I can't find Mr. Hops! A small voice cries out. It's Mia, and she sounds worried. Mr. Hops is her favorite toy, a little brown rabbit.
Sarah walks into Mia's room. Don't worry, sweetie, we'll find him. Where did you see him last?
Adam, did you notice how Sarah just used the past tense to ask a question? Where did you see him last? This is how we ask about something that already happened.
A great point. Now, let's get back to the story.
Mia thinks for a moment. I was sleeping with him, under my pillow. She lifts her pillow, and there he is. I found him, she shouts happily.
Meanwhile, her brother Leo is in his room, also searching for something. Has anyone seen my tablet? He asks. I'm sure I put it in my backpack.
Tom comes in to help. Let's look together, Leo. Where's your backpack? Leo points to a blue backpack on his chair. Tom opens the front pocket. No tablet. He opens the main part of the backpack.
Aha! Here it is, Tom says, holding it up. It was hiding under your book.
That's a good moment to pause. Notice the helpful little words they're using to describe where things are. The tablet was under the book. Mr. Hops was under the pillow. We use these words, called prepositions of place, like under, in, and on, all the time.
Exactly. For example, Leo's backpack is on the chair. The clothes are in the suitcase. They're simple but very useful. Here's another quick grammar tip. While Leo and Mia were searching, we could say, Leo is looking for his tablet.
And Mia is looking for her toy. We use this tense, called the present continuous, to talk about actions happening right now. The family is getting ready. Everyone is moving around the house.
Now that everyone has found their missing items, Sarah comes into the living room. Okay, I think we're all set. The suitcases are packed. The carry-on bags are ready. Is everyone ready to go?
Yes! Shout Leo and Mia.
Then let's go, says Tom. The taxi is waiting for us. Our adventure to the airport begins now. He picks up two big suitcases, and Sarah takes another. The children grab their small backpacks. They walk out the front door, ready for the journey ahead. The Miller family is now settled in the taxi. The driver has placed their large suitcases in the trunk. Inside the car, it's still early, but the roads are already getting busy.
Leo and Mia are gazing out the windows, their eyes wide with excitement. Dad, how long will it take to get to the airport? Leo asks, watching the other cars go by.
It should take about 45 minutes, Leo, Tom answers. We have plenty of time, so don't worry.
What's an airport? Asks Mia. This is her very first time flying. Sarah turns to her and smiles. An airport is a huge place where airplanes take off and land. We're going to the airport to get on an airplane for our vacation.
A real airplane? Mia asks, her eyes full of wonder.
Yes, a real, very big airplane, Sarah says. Our flight is going to take us all the way to Costa Rica.
This is a good place to talk about vocabulary. The first word is airport. An airport is where you go to travel by plane. They are often very large. Sometimes, a big airport is divided into different sections called terminals.
Our next word is flight. A flight is simply the journey you take in an airplane from one airport to another.
And for a quick grammar tip, Sarah said, "We are going to the airport." We use the phrase going to talk about our future plans and what we intend to do.
That's right. For example, I'm going to read a book on the plane. Or, they are going to have a wonderful vacation. It's a very common way to talk about the future in English.
Back in the taxi, Tom is talking about where they're headed. We're going to see monkeys and beautiful beaches in Costa Rica, he says.
Wow! Monkeys! Leo says. He loves animals.
The taxi speeds along the highway. After about 30 minutes, Leo points out the window. Look, I see a sign with an airplane on it.
That's right, Leo, Tom says. That means we're getting close to the airport. We're almost there. The children press their faces against the windows, trying to take everything in. They see large buildings in the distance and airplanes moving slowly on the ground.
The excitement in the car is growing stronger. The family's trip to the airport is nearly complete, and their adventure is about to begin.
The taxi pulls up in front of a huge glass building. We're here, the driver says. This is the international terminal. The Miller family gets out of the car. Tom pays the driver, while Sarah helps the kids.
The airport is noisy and buzzing with people walking everywhere, pulling suitcases behind them. Wow, this place is huge, says Leo, looking up at the high ceiling.
Okay, family, Tom says, taking charge. First things first, we need to find the check-in desk for our airline. We're flying with Global Air.
An airline is the company that owns the airplane you fly on. The check-in desk is the counter where you show your tickets and hand over your large bags to the airline.
The Millers walk into the terminal, scanning the many signs hanging from the ceiling. Tom is looking for one that says Global Air. I see it, Sarah says, pointing to the left. It's over there, next to the coffee shop.
Did you hear how Sarah gave directions, Jessica? She said the desk was next to the coffee shop. Using phrases like next to, in front of, and behind is super helpful for explaining locations.
The family makes their way to the Global Air check-in area and gets in line. When it's their turn, A friendly woman in a uniform smiles at them from behind the counter. Hello, welcome to Global Air. May I see your passports and tickets, please? She asks.
That's another polite and useful phrase. The agent asked, "May I see your passports?" You can use may I or can I in many travel situations like asking, "Can I have a window seat?"
Tom hands her the passports and tickets. Here you are, he says. The agent checks the documents. Thank you, Mr. Miller. And how many bags are you checking in today?
"We're checking in 2 bags," Tom replies. "The bags you give to the airline are called checked baggage. They go into the cargo area of the plane. The smaller bags you take with you onto the plane are called carry-on baggage. Leo and Mia's backpacks are their carry-on bags."
Please put your bags on the scale, one at a time, the agent says, pointing to a flat machine next to her. Tom lifts the first heavy suitcase onto the scale. The agent glances at her computer. This one is perfect, she says.
He then puts the second suitcase on the scale. She looks at the screen again. "Hmm, this bag is a little overweight. It's 2 kilograms over the limit." Overweight just means it's heavier than the airline allows.
Sarah quickly opens the suitcase. I know what to do, she says. I'll just move this big book into my carry-on bag. She pulls out a heavy book and puts it in her tote bag. Tom places the suitcase back on the scale.
"That's perfect now," the agent says with a smile. She puts tags on their suitcases, which tell the airline where to send the bags. Then, she prints out 4 special cards. "Here are your boarding passes," she says, handing them to Tom. "Your flight will depart from Gate B27. The boarding time is at 10:15 a.m. You should head through security now. Have a wonderful flight."
Let's review that new vocabulary. A boarding pass is the ticket that lets you get on the plane. The gate is the specific door in the airport where you'll wait to board. Boarding time is when you need to be at the gate. And depart is just another word for leave.
"Thank you so much," Sarah says. Tom takes the boarding passes. "Okay, team, next stop, security. Let's follow the signs." The family walks away from the check-in desk, ready for the next step. After checking their luggage, the Miller family follows signs for departures and security check. The security check is a really important part of airport travel. It's where officers make sure no one brings anything dangerous onto the airplane.
As they get closer, they see a long line of people, conveyor belts, and large machines. Okay, everyone, let's get our things ready for security, Tom says.
A security officer is guiding people. "Please have your boarding passes ready. Laptops and other large electronics must be placed in a separate tray. All liquids must be in a clear plastic bag."
Let's quickly go over these terms. A security scanner is the machine that x-rays your bags. A metal detector is the frame you walk through. And a tray is the plastic bin you put your items in.
Sarah starts organizing their things. "Leo, you need to take your tablet out of your backpack and put it in this tray," she instructs.
My jacket too? Leo asks.
"Yes, your jacket and any coins from your pockets," Tom adds. "Some airports might ask you to take off your shoes too, depending on their scanners."
The family each takes a few trays, placing their carry-on bags, jackets, and electronics inside. Mia carefully puts her small backpack in a tray. Sarah puts her phone and a clear bag with small bottles of lotion into another.
This is a great time to notice another grammar point. Imperatives. You hear a lot of imperatives or commands at the airport. They are direct but necessary for clear instructions. For example, put all electronics in a separate tray. Or, take off your jacket.
Once their trays are ready, they push them onto the conveyor belt, which carries them into the X-ray machine. Now it's their turn to walk through the metal detector. Please walk through one at a time, the officer says.
Sarah goes first. No sound. She's clear. Next, Mia walks through, looking a little nervous, but she's clear too. Then Leo goes. Beep, beep, beep.
The machine makes a loud noise. Leo looks surprised. The security officer smiles kindly. It's okay, son. Did you forget something in your pockets?
Leo feels his pockets. Oh, my toy car. He pulls out a small metal car. No problem. Just put the car in a tray and walk through again, the officer says.
Leo does as he's told, and this time, there's no beep. Finally, Tom walks through without any issues. On the other side, they collect all their belongings from the trays.
They put their tablets back in their bags, put on their jackets, and double-check that they have everything. Okay, does everyone have their bag? Sarah asks, doing a quick count. Leo, do you have your tablet?
Yes, Mom, Leo confirms. Mia, is Mr. Hops safe in your backpack?
Yes. He's right here, Mia says, hugging her bag.
Excellent, Tom says with a sigh of relief. We did it. Security is done. Now, let's find our gate. Gate B27. The family holds hands and walks into the next part of the airport.
Once they're through security, the Miller family enters a new area called the Departures Lounge. It's a large, bright, open space filled with shops, restaurants, and plenty of seating.
Many of the shops are duty-free, which means they sell things like perfume and chocolate without tax. Wow, look at all the airplanes, Mia says, pressing her face against a giant window overlooking the airfield. She can see planes of all sizes taking off and landing.
Our gate is B27, Tom reminds everyone, looking at his boarding pass. Let's find it first, and then we can relax a bit. They walk through the busy lounge, following the signs above their heads. The gate numbers are clearly marked.
There it is, Leo shouts, pointing ahead. B27, I see the sign. They arrive at gate B27, a waiting area with rows of chairs facing a large window that looks right at their airplane. The plane is huge, with the Global Air logo painted on its tail.
This is our plane, Mia says with pure excitement.
That's the one, Sarah confirms. She checks the screen at the gate, which shows their destination, Costa Rica, and flight number, GA345. And it says our flight is on time. We have about 30 minutes before we board.
The family finds 4 seats together and sits down. Tom and Sarah relax for a moment while the children watch the airport workers outside, mesmerized by the baggage carts and fuel trucks.
After a little while, a voice comes over the speaker system. Good morning, passengers. This is the pre-boarding announcement for Global Air Flight 345 to Costa Rica. We will begin boarding in approximately 10 minutes.
That was a pre-boarding announcement. It's just a friendly heads up to let passengers know that boarding, the process of getting on the plane, is about to start.
People around them start to stand up and gather their things. The Miller family does the same. A few minutes later, the gate staff makes another announcement. We are now inviting families with young children and any passengers requiring special assistance to begin boarding.
That's us, Sarah says to Tom. They're calling families to board first. Let's go. Many airlines allow families with young children to board early.
The Miller family gets into the special line. When they reach the front, the gate agent scans their boarding passes one last time. Beep, 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 beep. Welcome aboard. Enjoy your flight, the agent says.
The family walks down a long hallway called a jet bridge, which connects the gate directly to the airplane. Mia holds her mother's hand tightly, feeling a mix of excitement and nerves. They're just a few steps from getting on the plane.
Stepping from the jet bridge into the airplane feels like entering a different world. Welcome aboard, says a smiling woman in a blue uniform. She is a flight attendant. Flight attendants are the crew members who help passengers and keep everyone safe during the flight.
Hello, Sarah replies with a smile. The family walks down the narrow aisle, looking for their seat numbers. We're in row 25, Tom says, checking their boarding passes. Seats A, B, C, and D.
They find their row. Mia immediately spots the small round window. Can I have the window seat, please? I want to see the clouds.
Of course, sweetie, Sarah says. You and Leo can share the window and middle seats. Mia and Leo quickly settle in. Tom helps them put their larger carry-on bags into the overhead compartment, which is the storage bin above the seats. Sarah tucks their smaller bags under the seats in front of them.
Once they're all seated, Tom shows the kids how to use their seat belts. You click the metal part into the buckle, like this, he explains, and you pull this strap to make it tight. You have to wear this during takeoff and landing.
Soon, all the passengers are on board and the flight attendants close the main door. The captain's voice comes over the speaker. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Global Air Flight 345 to Costa Rica. Our flight time today will be just under 3 hours. Please make sure your seatbelts are securely fastened.
While the captain is speaking, the flight attendants stand in the aisle to do the safety demonstration. They show everyone how to use the seat belts, what to do in an emergency, and where the exits are located. One of the most important commands you will always hear is, fasten your seat belt.
The plane begins to move slowly away from the gate. It taxis toward the runway, and then the engines roar to life. The plane accelerates quickly down the runway and then smoothly lifts into the air.
We're flying! We're really flying! Leo exclaims, looking down as the cars and buildings get smaller and smaller.
Everything looks so tiny from up here, Mia says, in awe.
Sarah puts her arms around her children. Tom smiles at his family. They are all comfortable, safe, and finally on their way to a wonderful vacation.
The journey through the airport was a success, and their real adventure has just begun.
And just like that, the Miller family's plane is safely in the air. They made it through the busy airport without a hitch. They remembered their passports, checked their luggage, passed through security, and boarded the right plane.
Now they can sit back, relax, and look forward to their vacation. Let's do a quick review of the important travel words from our story.
Remember, a passport is the book you need for international trips, and a boarding pass is the ticket that gets you on the plane. You get that pass at the check-in desk where you also leave your luggage.
After that, it's through the security check and onto your gate. Be sure to get there before your boarding time. On the plane, the flight attendants are there to help you. And the number one rule?
Always fasten your seatbelt. We hope you enjoyed this easy English listening practice. Following the Miller family is a great way to learn real-world English for travel.
If you found this story helpful and learned some new English words, we'd love it if you gave this video a like. It really helps our channel reach more learners just like you.
For more easy English listening stories, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the little notification bell so you don't miss the next one.
Now, a question for you. Have you ever been to an airport? What was it like?
Or, if you haven't, What is a dream trip you'd love to take? Tell us about it in the comment section below. We love reading your stories.
Thank you for learning with us. Happy travels and happy learning.
We'll see you in the next video.